Hi, my name is Rob. Welcome back to my channel where I talk about all things aging and things to think about as we age. One thing I'd like to talk about today is kind of an add-on to the video that I did last where I talked about things that I learned from my father. Uh, I learned a lot of great things from my father. I think he was a great dad. He was really one of the great advisors and mentors of my life. My grandfather also was like that. The father of one of my best friends, he was also somebody that was a trusted mentor, somebody that advised me through my life. And, I'm always looking to collect new mentors and advisors, that sort of thing. Well, one thing that I learned from my dad, though, is he lived a very active life. He made the most of his life during it. He had a job where he traveled each week. He would fly 5 days a week. I mean, he'd be in Rochester, New York, Dallas, Texas. We lived in Little Rock when I was a kid. But every weekend, he's out there golfing, hunting, fishing. He made the most of his life. But one thing that he also did was he had plans for when he retired, what he was going to do. I think I already talked about this last time that at the end of his life, he had health issues. He lost his sight, and he ended up, making birdhouses and doing other things because he's not the kind of guy that could just retire, right? And I don't think I am either. So, in some ways, what I've learned from this is don't put off life. I think a lot of people, the FIRE movement is a good example of this. The FIRE is financial independence, retire early. There were times in my life, I wouldn't say I was a card carrying member, but I ascribed to FIRE. I thought FIRE was a good idea. I mean, why wouldn't you want financial independence? And if you can retire early, why not? That was back when I thought that retirement was like some kind of ultimate goal of life. Uh, but what it did teach me is I need to make the most of my life now as well as that future older me that I'm going to be taking care of. Who knows? Maybe there's in the future. I also things could change, right? I could meet someone. I'm hoping I've already met someone. Get married and who knows? Maybe I'm older, but maybe I could even have a kid or something like that. So there's still things that can happen there, but at the same time, I got to make the most of my time now. And through the last like 10, 15, 20 years, I think I've done that. I've traveled quite a bit. I've seen more than most probably in terms of just like seeing the, just trying to make the most of it. In the future video, I'll talk a little bit about travel and what I've prioritized for that. But that's one thing I thought I would just mention because my dad and mom had plans. They had plans to go on a big trip to Australia, New Zealand, just like really do a huge trip when he was retired, and he was never able to do that, and they were never able to do that. And in some ways, did they super regret that? I'm not sure. I think they made the most of the time they had. They did do some amazing trips to Hong Kong and London and Paris, and did other amazing trips. But at the same time, what I would warn people that are aging is, a lot of people are like, well, when I'm retired someday, I'll have plenty of time to do that. There's a concept out there. It's really you got lifespan. Uh, the older I get and the more that I see a lot of very old people that are, they're either they've lost their mental faculties, they don't have the ability to travel or do all the things or have the energy even to do those things. So the focus here is on health span, which is when you're healthy and you can do these things, you have the energy to do it, you're ready to go out there, and that's one of the reasons why I'm making changes in my own life too. I've lost about 10% of my body weight recently. I'm trying to do better. I've got certain other tools here, and I'll talk about them, like my Whoop and my glucometer, and I'm trying to change things for myself so that I can extend that health span, so I can travel in the future. But you know what? I also need to make sure I'm making the most of my time now. So you know what? This later this week, I'm going to start trying to think about like where's my next trip to, and I've got a list of trips and aspirational travel that I want to do. It goes out till 2032. I know that's pretty crazy, but at the same time, uh, I need to be making the most of my time now as well as for the future. So just something to share with everybody. Thanks again, and I'll post again in a couple days. Thanks so much. All right, bye.